My early memories were roasted to telescopes. Rural Berkshire, centre stage of zero-budget space opera. Me and my cardboard spaceship's crew travel through forest planets. Rural Goliath reflects mimicking metamorphia. Running down the hill, evading phantom boulders. Ninja training, treating stray rabbits like Usagi Yimbo. This was perfection, until my abode harbored a loose resident. Someone fell victim to woodland spirits. His dying breath, no one could hear it. The rulers of this Orwellian schoolyard declare freedom of movement a hazard. Nothing's been the same since. The enclosed trees now become a reminder of my prison. What remains is nothing but mediocre plains. What changed was a childish sense of wonder. Woolworths closed a few weeks later. I like to think both these things are connected. Me and my two best friends from childhood met up recently. They reflected on my fall to madness. I told them my tales from the drooling ward. They told me of our happy memories together. It all came back to the hill, strawman of the perfect child hanging from the oak tree. Behind these wooden barriers lies the remains of my childhood.
You're not real. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't know why Chip mentioned my name, but devil man's trying to get attention again. Told you before, this year is the year of the real fake niggas get left in the rain. Think cause I'm up there sitting on the plane that I can't really hear what the people are saying, but I can hear everything loud and clear, and they're telling me to tell you to stay in your lane. Lord of the mic, fam, I could've clashed any man, but I said fam, let me clash devil man, cause if man taking the 0121 star Birmingham have gone clear like Evian. But since then man I can't hear ya. Real Grammy niggas said they won't go near ya, and you would get a boom my lums from Denjon Vincent if you do a show in your area. And when you talk about 0121, I know some serious people in some serious places. I saw your setting, it's basic. You try fake it. Did a YouTube video, none of your guys in the back ever showed their faces, cause they know devil man did snitch on some serious cases. Say my name, nah, that's not right. Heart on my sleeve anytime that I write. Them man can't say anything that I ain't already told man about my life. Made a couple shit songs, yeah, that's nice. Repeated my bars, oh yeah, that's nice. Cause when your bars are hard like mine, fam, sometimes man I gotta say them twice. Fact of the matter is my bars totally murk. Your bars sound like you're smoking the work. Before you end up on a sex offenders list, man, I gotta put the devil in the dirt. What I want for certain man. Thought it was a clash about music. All of a sudden, devil man, you wanna sperm on man. Like a TV, you wanna turn on man. Talk about music, me and my bros are killing it all over the globe. Now you're angry cause everybody on your road is asking for me like the Wi-Fi code. Sep sang wong sai malai pong yo tayomi I wong sung, you're not ready. And if you ever gave me an ounce of skunk pussy, I wouldn't pay you a penny. Wong san. Keep my name out your nasty mouth. Your nasty lyrics. You're nasty.
If you don't know my voice by now, then check out the face. If you don't know my voice by now, then rude boy, check out the face. YouTube.com/man better know, rack up the place. Don't act like you don't know, Big Nasty said don't fuck up the bass. If you don't know my crew by now, then rude boy, check out the goons. If you don't know my crew by now, then rude boy, check out the goons. Test one of us, man, then I'll definitely snap man into two. Jump on the stage, bust up the mic, then DJ, just check up the tune. If you don't know what BBK means, rude boy, check out the top. If you don't know what BBK means, rude boy, check out the top. Boy, better know, yeah, it's on my snapback too, but they cost a lot. Like I ain't told you already, bear man, forget the elbow drop. If you don't know about Deco by now, rude boy, check out the beats. If you don't know about Deco by now, rude boy, check out the beats. Jump online at D33Co and check out the tweets. If you wanna chat shit, then bear man, forget the block and delete. What? Fam, that's poor. Bringing them bars to a Liverpool war. Your ego won't fit through the door. Your whole vocabulary will fit in one tweet. With no TMI, hashtag no BMI. You can ask Chip, I'm fire alive. Now I'm gonna reach for the sky. I don't do it how they didn't wanna do it. I do it how they used to do it, but now they can't do it anymore. Now they see me doing it and they wanna do it, but you can see obviously I'm doing it raw. Why you stuttering for? The mic's in your hand, yeah, but you're not sure. JME will mash up a grime set, house set, dubstep, all 4-4. Carbon fiber on my whip, carbon fiber on my rep. You will get a box in the lip if you diss Frisco or Skep. You can't tell me shit. You know who I rep. Old type Sanjay lit, them man there from early. People that like good music know how to hunt it down. Any stage show, I'll bun it down. Been doing this thing since 2003. So don't come here now, chatting shit like, oh my god, JME, that grime stuff is so in right now. Our label, yeah, with blood, shut your mouth. I don't wanna talk. Keep your bread and your knife and fork. Don't waste time coming here chatting shit to me, blood. We're like cheese and chalk. Chalk and cheese, stop talking, please. Do 180 degrees and keep walking, breathe. No, don't ask for my number or email. No way from I don't want spam. You'll get a punch in the nose like blam. If you're desperate, then holler at Sam. Can't get through, yeah, that was the plan. Leave me alone, rude boy, just jam. Take the hint, stop talking in my face, take a mint. I don't want your help, and I wouldn't take money from you if I was skint.
Listen, when you wake up, you be tied to a table wearing makeup, mouth taped up, with both of your ankles and wrist handcuffed. They'll kidnap you, just bad luck. Leave you like Paddy Maguire, strapped to a chair while I'm injecting you with brand stuff. Stick it in the hypodermic needle, pierce his skin and left him so high he didn't even know what year we're in. Let's keep it moving, the start of another year begins. A clean slate, a fresh start, another chance to clear the sins. Listen, when I'm pissed off and mad as hell, my head spins faster than a carousel. I smoke a spliff and crack open a San Miguel. I'll phlegm at your mademoiselle and then call you a slag as well. I'm hotter than Magnum Shell, so I don't have to practice violence. I'll make an MC feel so shit he attacks himself. My lyrics are like a novel, every word is a sentence. So by the 5th line you'll feel like you're already approaching chapter 12. I'm dirtier than Dagenham girls, we're gonna rear in the clap as well. I'm like Santa's little elf, so I keep on rapping well, but you'll never see your plans propel. You should have stuck to stacking shelves after you collapsed and fell. Your whole career just got washed up like a sandy shell. I wish they lay down in heaven, but at the present I stand in hell. My life relies on white powder, but not cocaine, you idiots. I'm diabetic, I'm referring to Canderel. You with your girl will get spanked as well. I'm expanded well in the shady world. Listen, I'm dangerous, like a naked fire spitting flames at yous. Restrain you in my basement like Fritzl and keep chains on yous. So let me look beneath your skin like I'm a radiologist, cause I got bones to pick with you like I'm a paleontologist. Haters when I bust, you're left with no choice but to swallow it, cause after I kill it I doubt you even really wanna spit. I'll leave you rotting in your squalor pitch, you cocky pricks. I'm quicker than Sonic is, acknowledge it. The only candidate I favour is me. I'll descend on you like rain on the street. You best split like Katie and Pete before I make you feel the pain of defeat. Smoking on the strongest strain of the cheese has left my brain diseased. High as a kite on a Friday night, chewing through the TV and Sky Plus cable leads, until I'm electrified and left to fry. But every last Friday of the year I'm let to rise, and in your ends I thrive. Business unfinished, there's some things I need to rectify. Resurrected the dead, another 20 guys with septic rhymes. I feel like Superman, I'm a part of Clark Enterprise. You don't know what I'll do to man on a dark night at 10 to 9.
Niggas know what I represent. Quantity, quality, and excellence. Roll foul, went from strength to strength and showed out I can make pounds from pence, cause pennies make pounds. And pounds make rich people. I'm Bruce Forsyth, by flyer and diesels. Higher and lower boat buyer, it's over. Two of everything like Ryder and Noah. I lie on the sofa, right and I'm sober. I don't smoke weed, but I like the aroma. Wanna smoke me? Try me, coma, and you can die too, like Diana Chauffeur. Shh. It's a secret society, we're leading it violently. Streets can inspire me, but beats will acquire me to speak a variety of things, not just about rings with bling. But fuck it, I'm back on the grind. Back like I was back for the first time. It's K.A. and I ain't being biased, but that's a brand name, I stand by it.
Cruising in the Punto on the way to Bentley. Evidently far from gently eating up the road. We act immaturely in a hurry to be old. In fact, we'll leave you poorly, catch a beating like a cold. Go ahead, profile and flex like you're big, bad and bold. Go ahead, go wild, your next to get hit, had them showed. Stay at the paper chase, floppy fellas fold. Neglect the rules, respect the codes, follow the guidelines. Life's been ugly so far, but these are fine times. I rap below the belt, above average fan rams. I always plan to be a star, Wiley saw the signs. I try not to be stupid with my fame, but constantly I sense fascists being clever with my name. Indirectly call my name like they're calling my bluff. So sadly, I often sense the need to get rough. And it's tough, but that's life, deal with how bad it is. Reminisce, reflect, revise on how bad it could have been. Abuse time and find out how mad it is. Time waits for nobody, handle your biz. Extortionists would love to manhandle this. I'm ignorant, refuse to understand what extortion is. Jack me and get what? Jack me and get where? Get zilch times 0 times nothing plus air. I'm way beyond care. Hate me or love me, try not to stare. Your thoughts and your opinions, try not to share. I show interest on an occasion that is rare. Plus I ain't in the hype, I'm above it and I'll cause it. Can't put a stop to the chat, but I can pause it. So play your role, act up, put on your show. I let the ratchet be your audience, bullets will applaud it. Done. Let me take something in, look. Few people insist on calling names and playing games. Stick on your wallet and boots on fireman's hat, you're playing with flames. I'm far from a prick, I'd hate to hear you heard otherwise. Take time out and reassess, otherwise you'll force me to be the cause of tears in your mother's eyes. And I don't just hide behind the microphone like them other guys. I don't promote beef, I just advertise that I'm a bad boy. I don't give a fuck who thinks otherwise. No, I know you're thinking, hold on, he thinks he's big now. I wanna smash your head from there, why won't I split your wig now? I'll bust mic and I'll bust your head for the same amount of time. 20 minutes or 120 minutes, fine. You decide, I'll rough ride if you think you're smooth. Keep talking jive, I'll snap the needle in your groove. And the spine that holds you up, then straighten you out, fold you up. And question if you'd further like something to prove. Because I'm pretty tired of the indirect niggling, tiggling. You can't even scratch the surface because you're weak. You don't even pack a punch, you're not even digging me. You're kidding me, you're merely clearly really worthless. Besides, dickheads from the roads always forget I'm from the roads. Because I took my hustle to the industry. I deal with this predicament continuously, so why the fuck would I have it from another MC? Fair enough, I know you think I'm just a child. You're so generously giving me a reason to be wild. Fuck the he say, she say, it's all so cliche. Review the facts, I'm professionally profiled. Music is my talent, money making is my skill. My first name Dylan, call me 6-figure deal. I'm a facio, a wanker, a prick. I agree, I can relate, I've been a hater, I know exactly how you feel.
If you were to zoom in, phase out, move in, focus on this human, whose cells magnify as you fly through him and see atoms looming. But you keep shooting past protons, bosons, quarks till even a part of a particle's too big. Then boom, and enter the intrusion. As you hit the resolution of the universe, the strands of its fabric, the tiniest fragment, the Planck length. Past that, gravity becomes fallacy. Try contrasting that with the galaxies, and to grasp the huge magnitude of the universe, it's unimaginable. Try anyway. If that insane length was $1 bill, then to reach the wavelength of the smallest particles, quarks, that are so fundamental they don't have an inherent size, would be the current price you'd gain if you sold Mount Everest made out of gold. That is insane. If you apply the Midas touch to my mind, it'd be quite enough to buy a car to drive. And with the gluons and 3 quarks combined make a large hadron, those guys collide, a proton. And to magnify to that size would turn that Midas mountain into a diamond. My mind made of that could buy you an island. Next wrap up from quarks and protons to atoms. Atoms, the fractions of matter, the ones that grant us our mass. And if that quark was counted every time you take a single breath, you'd aspire Midas mountains then until your death. And if that life was compressed into one lock of hair, then as we climb up the rest of these atomic stairs, then we'd pass DNA when we get to my red streak. And the size of our cells would equate to every hair in my head. See, if we took my head of hair that a cell represents. Lifetimes of Midas Everest reps, and then you would stretch it out to the skyline again and again. You'd find you'd circle round the earth 10 times before you meet me. And you, right here, the reach of a human a meter or two. And if we were to choose one song to represent those horizons, an MP3 on our device, then to reach the size of the earth, compared to like our size, that's a terabyte hard drive filled with our files. It seems immense. And if we compress that collection to one word to represent our world, then scaling coefficients from the planet to the solar system would let me reread the whole of Deathly Hallows. Awesome. And then to travel between stars as we take to the skies would be 10 times every word you'll ever say in your life. And as an analogy of the expanse of galaxies up in space,
10 times the total of every word in every book ever made. And to move up to the scale of galaxy clusters would be every word said by everyone. In Shanghai, in London, Berlin, Delhi, LA, Mumbai, Sao Paulo and Moscow, Jakarta, Karachi, Dubai, Telford, Tokyo and Stockholm, and then to galaxy superclusters in the large-scale structure with filaments that feel inadequately described as humongous, since if we stay with the scale of Earth as a word that equates to all the words everyone alive today will ever say, then finally we reach the biggest physical thing we can confirm, the indescribable size of the observable universe, which will be more than every word that every person has ever said, every word that was ever written, every word that was ever read. To summarize, every word that every person has ever said in their life, where each word implies enough MP3s to fill a terabyte hard drive, where each song is 10 times the number of drives to the horizon that it would take to ride around the world each time you set eyes on it, where each horizon is a head of hairs, and every hair there is the length of a lifetime, and each breath in that life is the price of Mount Everest made entirely by Midas, and that finally describes it. Oh, and it's increasing in size, so each time you listen to this song again, it'll be even more difficult to comprehend.